Welcome back to the channel, and happy Veterans Day to all of you who have served or continue serving this great country, hence the flag background behind me. So I'm short on time and didn't have much time to prepare for a video or find a good subject for you. So today's subject is going to be heart rate monitors. So since this is the #1 question that gets asked on Instagram and some of the YouTube videos about heart rate monitors and if they're all created equal, and I'm on my second one now, so I'm gonna do a quick comparison of my previous one and my current one, and what are the positives and negatives of each one of these. So as you can see, my previous one in some of the old videos is this Morpheus heart rate monitor, and I was using this one for a couple years, and it held up pretty fine, but I had to replace the strap on it, and this was a replacement strap for the Morpheus, and this just a basic one on Amazon you can get. So it's just eventually these straps wear out. I'm not sure if it's a connection inside here or what goes wrong, but you switch out the batteries and you test it out, it doesn't work, so that means you need a new strap. So I've used this for almost 2 years, and finally the whole thing just gave out on me, and I had to get something new. Since I was so used to using a heart rate monitor, I couldn't live without it, so I had to order a new one quick. So I was always had my eye out for Garmin, since I use a Garmin watch, as you could see in all my training videos. So I figured I'd give Garmin a try. So I always wanted to buy one of these, but you know, these usually Garmin stuff is pretty expensive. So I was able to get this one for $100 with a discount, so it was a nice score. And this one is a Garmin HRM-Pro Plus. So Garmin has a variety of heart rate monitors for different type of activities, like if you do triathlons, or if you do strictly running or multi-sport type of thing. So based on my activity, I do pretty much everything, and I use my heart rate monitor for all of my activities. So this one fit me best for what I was going to use it for, and I've been using this heart rate monitor for the past several months, and I've been loving it. So as you can see, for the Morpheus one is as you can see, the rubber strap that goes about quarter of the way out. That's just the sensor that goes onto your chest. So if you put it side by side with the Garmin one, the difference is, as you can see, is the Garmin doesn't have the rubber going all the way around, but this strap actually stays on your body pretty well. The biggest issue I was having with the Morpheus one is it just kept on sliding down, especially once you get super sweaty. This thing just started gradually working down, and as I'm running or whatever activity I'll be doing, I constantly have to be readjusting it, and it's quite annoying while you're trying to stay focused on that. You're constantly messing around with this. But with this Garmin one, this thing feels pretty snug. As you could tell, it even has this rubber tab, and that's where it hooks in. So even the buckle gets covered up with a piece of rubber. So this way, this whole thing is pretty much covered. So another big difference between the two is the Morpheus one, or I think a lot of them work this way, is you just clip it right in with just these 2 snaps. And when I was doing any jiu-jitsu rolling or Muay Thai sparring, a lot of times this thing will pop right off. So that was pretty annoying as well, because if you get hit here, this thing will just pop right off. Or if you're rolling, doing jiu-jitsu, every time I would be losing it and readjusting it every time, so that became distracting as well. The cool thing is with the Garmin one is that it doesn't come off. It's built into the strap, so this thing is solid. If you get hit here, it's not going to come off. And I've used this for jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai sparring, and I've yet to have anything happen to this thing. And another big difference is, as you can tell, is the size of the actual sensor. So here's the side-by-side. As you can see, the Morpheus one is bigger. So, and if you see the profile, the Garmin one is actually narrower. This is just my quick overview of the two straps. The price point on these, the Morpheus one, I paid something around $60 some plus shipping. The Garmin one, I think on the website, is $120, and hopefully you could find a discount and get it for cheaper. So I was lucky to get it for $100, but sometimes it's worth just spending the money on quality. So I'm just hoping this thing will hold up. We'll see. I'll do an updated review of how I feel about the Garmin, but honestly, I wish I would have went with the Garmin right away, because this way I wouldn't be dealing with all the issues with this. Another thing I forgot to mention is battery life. With the Morpheus, you have to remove this every time you're not using it. And first time I just left it on, and the sensor's on the entire time if you keep this connected. With the Garmin, it automatically connects when you put it on your body and disconnects once you take it off. And with the Morpheus, you can't tell what the battery life on this thing is, but with the Garmin, if you go to your app, with the Garmin Connect app, it tells you the battery status of the on the Garmin monitor. So those are some of the key differences with these two. Like I said, you get what you pay for. If you're into numbers and keeping track of all your workouts and you do it consistently, I just suggest you just spend the extra money and get this, so that way you're not dealing with the little issues like the cheaper ones. I'm not sure about other brands like Polar, because these are the only two monitors that I've owned, and hopefully I won't be buying anything else, because I really like this one. And and if you want to know why I wear the heart rate monitor while I'm training, even when I'm doing jiu-jitsu, or if I'm doing sparring, or if I'm cycling. I mean, some people use it to keep track of their heart rate while they're training. Honestly, I don't monitor the heart rate too much unless I'm doing any type of cardio activity for a long time. If I'm running or if I'm cycling, then I'm paying attention to my heart rate. But usually I just use this so I don't have to wear my watch when I'm doing all those activities like sparring, or if I'm doing kettlebell training, because it will hurt once you do a kettlebell clean with a watch on. You're going to destroy your watch, and then you're going to hurt your wrist. So this way you don't have to wear anything on your wrists, and all you need is just a heart rate monitor, and you can just keep track of your progression. You can just keep track of your overall recovery and your fitness and how many calories you burned. And I never really paid attention to those things, but if you want to improve and if you want to know exactly where you're at fitness wise, this is a great tool just to keep track of your numbers and just to see where you're at daily. So I hope you like this quick comparison video of these two heart rate monitors. Please would appreciate it if you would give us a thumbs up, if you'd subscribe to the channel, and if you would share it with your friends. And you can always shoot us some questions in the comments section, or you can also follow us on Instagram at To The Core Media, To The Core Actual, and Officer178. And you can always hit us up on DMs for any additional information. And we'll see you on the next one.
For something